Hey guys, Mike from Shimino's Workshop. Continuing on my personal collection, we have Watto's Junkyard Pariah, the Ventress lightsabers from Clone Wars. I got these, oh man, probably a month ago, maybe a little more. I had an unboxing video on the channel, you can go watch that. But I finally got around to installing these. I had ordered Marcus's Saberproject Shop chassis from Shapeways. They took a little while to print, especially with everything that's going on with COVID, but they actually printed quicker than estimated. So I got them and really wanted to get them done. So they're both installed. They're identical, and also to call out, I have this 3D print holder or stand. Comes in single or obviously dual. This I actually found on Thingiverse and figured I'd try it. And it didn't fit. Maybe it's made for the FX. I'm not sure. It didn't really say on Thingiverse what it was made for other than a Ventress. And so they offered single and double stands. So, I took it in Tinkercad and just basically had to increase the bottom, where the hilt sits. I had to increase that diameter so that the hilt would sit nice. And it does, nice and secure. And it looks great on the shelf. Great way to display them and not take up a lot of room. So I am selling these stands on my Etsy store, the double and the single. So come check that out if you're looking for a stand for these. All right. Well, with that said, we can get the plug out of the way. Power here. And auxiliary here is the bottom one. The switch, getting the switch mechanism was really the difficult part of this installation. Once I figured out what I wanted to do up here, I wound up not using the little pins that come with the kit. And instead, I used an M2 screw. So I actually had to drill the red button, I don't know what we call that necessarily, but this red, it's basically just like a little slide. It sits in, has a small little hole, and which is meant for a little pin that comes with the kit, and when you push, the pin hits the button that's inside of this area right here, and then the same thing here. This pushes in and touches a button. I didn't like the action I was getting, the plunging action with the pin from the kit. But I had these small little 2mm screws just laying around. So I had to increase the dimension, the hole that the pin goes in, and then tapped it, really just self-tapped it, because I couldn't get an M2 tap in time. So really just so once I made the hole a little bit bigger, I guess the metal is soft enough that the screw I had would just self-tap. And then I can better control, since it's a threaded screw, I can control the action better. I can get the depth exactly where I want it. And the screw head, I had to sand down, but that acts as essentially the mechanism that touches the button or the switch inside the hilt. But Project Saber Shop, they have a switch holder, takes just 2 standard 6x6 buttons, or switches, tactile switches, and just had to sand the stem a little bit just to get the perfect fit. But that's what I'm saying, that once the switches are solved for, the rest of the install is really easy. Well, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's much easier. But we have a Shtok NeoPixel PCB with a custom holder, because while this is 7/8, where the heatsink or where the pixel adapter goes is less than 7/8. I think it was about 20, a little less than 20 millimeters wide. So just some trial and error, got the fit I needed, and then printed the holder, diffused holder. So that's good, ready to go. I'm going to crack one of these open. The kit comes with vented, non-vented, and also optional. I think it was optional. I think I paid more, but it came with a coupler, which I don't have here. I should have probably have gotten the coupler and joined them. But the parts are keyed, meaning, I don't know if you can see in there, there's a little blue dot, and this one has a black dot, and inside here is a blue dot. So these pommel caps are keyed to go with the correct hilt. These probably are as well, and there's a left and a right. I haven't tried to interchange them, which could be a problem in the future if I lose the orient. So whenever I put them somewhere, I'm always orienting them so I know left and right if I'm looking at the button, so I don't lose the orientation. So once you unscrew, take the pommel cap off, take the two little metal rods off, then you just pop the top up. And so this is a one-piece chassis. It just pops right out. Under here, is the battery and access to the recharge port. This can come off. It's a 24 mil speaker, and it's designed to hold put an O-ring to keep the speaker held in place. But mine's got a pretty snug fit, so I got to run to Ace or hardware store and see if I can find the right sized O-ring. I'll probably just throw it in because why not? But it doesn't seem necessary for me to have the O-ring. But that just slides back in. 2.1 recharge port, kill key, Proffie 2.2. Now, I was a little annoyed at first because it says it's made for CF10 and Proffie, but then reading closer in the instructions, Saberproject Shop says it should fit a Proffie. Well, it doesn't fit a Proffie exactly. It's nice that CF10 is bigger, a little bit bigger than a Proffie, so the space is there, but I did have to print sort of an L bracket just to fill the void and keep the Proffie nice and tight. And it's in there. It's not glued in. I do have a little bit of glue for wire management just to keep the wires in place. Same thing back here. But other than that, and I'm thinking maybe I'll do something either here or here with a Bluetooth in the future. Not decided yet. But the issue with the Proffie is that the SD card wouldn't fit. And I probably just got lucky, but with the Proffie rest, and that's why everything's wired on top. If the Proffie is sitting down all the way, then the SD card sticks out under this little bar. I don't know if you can see that on the video, but it worked out perfectly. So now with a pair of tweezers, you can get the SD card and slide it out. You have good access to the SD card, the USB port. And I could probably get a Bluetooth here or maybe back here. Probably back here makes the most sense, just to keep the Bluetooth away from accessing USB or SD card. But I love the design. I love how it's got a great fit. Whoops.
Don't insult me.
There is some room up here. Maybe you could do something up there. I don't know. Didn't seem necessary. I won't open both of them. They're identical. But really happy with this. I was a little nervous at first that the Proffie was not going to fit. So glad I was able to. Glad that it did fit. Let's put it that way. The kit comes with the blade plug, but the blade plug is just a big piece of aluminum that runs the entire length of the blade, blade holder area, and goes down the whole entire length. So it's going to hit the pogo pins. So I probably won't use them. It won't allow light to shine through anyway. So it's good for a static display, but I'll probably just wind up getting a 7/8 inch, maybe something that's going to let light shine through, something that's aluminum on top so that it fits in. Oh yeah, so you can see the 24 mil bass speaker sounds great. Is it 24 or is it 22? No, I'm sorry, these are 22. This is a 22 mil bass speaker of Echo, 3 watt, 4 ohm. So you can really max these out. It would have been awesome if I could get the 22 inside of the SID. You can. The SID will fit a 22 mil bass speaker, just not with that chassis. The way the chassis was designed is only for 20 mil. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the Sidious video. That will be on my channel. But such a difference between the 22 and the 20. The 22 sounds great in this. And then if I had the coupler on, it would be like that. Now, I don't know. I'm hoping the coupler is vented. I believe it is. You know what? Let me just grab the box. Do some Jeopardy music or something while you wait. Okay. So you can see this is the coupler. Comes with the kit. I'm pretty sure that I did this on the unboxing video, but I don't remember. And again, they're keyed, so the coupler I believe is also keyed. So this is the black one. Yep, there's blue and there's black. So you can see there's your venting. I'm not even sure I remember these being joined in Clone Wars. Can't really remember. But they joined very nice. They look nice. I don't know if this was Clone Wars or maybe this was in a comic, or I don't know. I guess I got to go back, rewatch some of the Clone Wars episodes and see if this was actually how she wielded them. Pretty cool though. some sort of stand that can do that would be pretty cool. Even if it was like with J-hooks on the wall, that wouldn't be terrible either. Okay, I'll put those back together off camera. All right, well, thanks for watching. Keep an eye on the channel for any additional videos. I think I have one more to put up.